Welcome to the garden. Today I'm going to be collecting a whole bunch of basil seeds. So these spires are all where the flowers used to be. You can even see right where the flowers were are where the seeds are now. Wow, you can actually see them packed in there. Each one of these little rings of florets has 6 flowers, and each flower has about 4 seeds. So we'll just grab one flower, and then if we open it up, there you can see the seeds. So each one of these little flowers has 4 seeds. Each one of these rings of flowers should have 24 seeds, and that's quite a lot. And you saw how many we started with. So we're going to have easily thousands of basil seeds. So we can break these apart, and they actually release a really beautiful aroma. I like to just gently hold the stem and kind of cup my hand and then strip down all the flowers. I'll even do it a couple different times. There we go. You might want to wear gloves to do this. Usually I won't even separate the seeds from the flowers, but if you like, you can tease them apart. Let's see if we can find some seeds down there. There we go. So there's quite a few seeds in here, but there's also a lot of chaff. You can attempt to blow some of that away. And this works a lot better in bulk. The more you do, the easier it is. Some of these flower heads can have just about 100 flowers, I bet. Look at how long this one is. It just keeps going and going. It's about 1.5 feet long. So over a little bucket, I'll just strip the flowers. So let's just add all of this together. We can tease apart those flowers a bit, and then just like we were panning for gold, we want to agitate it and kind of settle everything in, and the seeds should sink to the bottom. So we should have a decent amount of seeds at the bottom here. I just get rid of all these flowers on the top, and I'm not going to discard these. These are what I actually plant, but let's get some clean seeds here. And we can bust out our smaller tray, do it again, and then pick off the top. There's an old technique for like doing this for wheat, where you kind of fluff it like this. It doesn't always work with basil, but you can see the seeds kind of self-sorting over here. Look at how they just collect in this big group. Sometimes you can blow away some of that chaff. So this is what we're blowing away. It's just like little bits of leaves and flowers all kind of shredded together. And it really doesn't matter that there's bits of leaves and flowers in there. That's perfectly fine and can actually help you out when you go to plant. So since we've gone through the trouble of kind of sifting these out, I'll keep these separate, but I'm also going to save all of these flowers so that we can plant them out next year. There are still a lot of seeds trapped in those flowers, and I'm never going to be able to get every single seed out of here. So that's why I actually just like to plant them whole. And this can actually be beneficial because you can see where you scatter your seeds. Now let's plant out a brand new container of basil. You can see they're very small, so we don't need to bury them very deep. I usually just sprinkle them on the soil and then mix them in like this. This will just bury them to that perfect depth of just about 1 centimeter or less. Now you may have noticed it's very difficult to see the seeds once you scatter them on the soil. But if we scatter our flowers, look, you can see exactly where we're putting them. We can dig them in that same method of just kind of agitating the surface of the soil. That'll cover most of them, and they can actually still sprout if they're just on the surface. You can just press them in a little bit, they'll contact that moist soil, and they should actually sprout. Now we can just water these in, and in about a week we should see the first little sprouts. But I have excellent results planting my own basil seeds. You just want to keep these nice and warm. Basil are a summer crop, so they love the heat, especially when they're germinating. You can plant these out in seed cells and transplant them into the garden, or sow them directly in the container they're going to grow in. You can even grow these indoors in a bright, sunny window. I've even grown them indoors over winter, so you can continue to harvest basil year-round. And it's all thanks to saving your own seeds. So I hope you give this a go in your garden. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.